So in this video, we're going to talk about how to write square root equations using Desmos. So what if you're given a table of values and asked to write a square root function that best models your data? So you can see here on the right in Desmos, I have entered some sample data, and if I click Add Regression, notice in my drop-down menu, square root functions is not a choice, okay? But you'll notice right here in the bottom, it says Make a custom regression model in a new line. And that's actually what we're going to be doing. So Desmos has this feature where you can write custom functions. So if you want to write the equation of something that's not included in their menu, you have to enter it as a custom function. And what you need to know is the general form of the equation. So for square root functions, we're actually going to go ahead and enter y1, and then we're going to say approximately, because we're going to tell it to approximate the equation, and that's a square root of bx1 minus h plus k. The reason we substitute x and y with y1 and x1 is because you can see here the table is already labeled x1 and y1. And we want to make sure that Desmos is using these values we've entered in this table to go ahead and write the equation. If you're wondering what this A, B, H, and K stand for, we'll actually learn more about it in our upcoming graphing unit. So here's how you write a square root function given data. You're going to, as usual, click the plus sign in the upper left corner and then enter your data into the table. In the next row, you're going to type that general form of the equation. Y1 is approximately a squared of bx1 minus h plus k. And then under parameters, it's going to give you the values of a, b, h, and k. You need to plug back into this equation here so you can write the equation of your square root function. So let's look at some examples to see what this looks like. So here we have a table of data. So I'm going to click this plus sign right here and then choose table. So I'm going to go ahead and type in these values. And then I'm going to go here to the second line. And what I'm going to type is exactly this as it's written. Okay, this general form of the equation. So y1 is approximately a and then square root bx1 minus h, and then I'm going to click outside the square root and then do the plus k. All right, so you can see here it gives me the values of a, b, h, and k. I'm going to go ahead and round to the tenths place because you can see some of these are very large decimals. So I'm going to round to the tenths place when I write my equation. So my equation is going to be y equals 1.1 square root of 0.9x minus 2.7. And then remember that plus 4 is going to go on the outside. So now you can go ahead and pause the video and try doing this example on your own. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click plus and then choose table. And we're going to go ahead and type in all these values just like we did previously. And then what we're going to do in the second row is we're going to type y1 is approximately a square root of bx1 minus h. And then remember to click outside the square root before you do plus k. We're going to plug these values into our equation. So we have y equals 0.8 and then the square root of b, so 1.4x minus negative 2.7. And then that plus k, that plus negative 5 goes on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify this and combine some of those double signs. So I have 0.8 square root of 1.4x plus 2.7, and then that minus 5 is going to go on the outside. So this is the square root function that will best model this table of data. So remember, using a table of values, you can write a square root regression using Desmos.